afternoon, YouTubers. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the PDR, or the Performance Data Recorder. Now, the Performance Data Recorder gives you the ability to record both your audio and visual road trips. And there's a lot of neat things to it. There are a couple disclaimers that you need to be concerned about. One is that since it does record audio, there could be some laws in your state that apply. If you read your owner's manual or the disclaimer that Chevy will have on your on the PDR, once you access it, you'll see that GM has no responsibility for what you care to record and how it can or may be used against you. But anyways, what's
caution, road construction, narrow lanes.
You're killing me. Anyway, sorry about that. We do have the OnStar option that monitors not only traffic, but as you can hear, road construction as well. So anyways, the PDR has 4 different overlays. And as we take a tour through the Bayshore and Davis Island, I'm just going to give you, I'm going to take like 1 minute recordings and let you see some of the difference, with the one exception of the performance timing. The reason why I'm not going to show you the performance timing is because that's going to measure your 0 to 60, 0 to 100, your quarter mile, I think 0 to 150, and your max speed. Now, since I'm in 30 and 40 mile an hour speed zones, it's just a really bad idea to show you 0 to 60, 100, 150, and max speeds. So, with the first one here, I'll go ahead and I'll start my recording, and we're going to go to a place where I can show you how this all works. But this first one is with the no overlay. So we're on the main Davis Island Boulevard in Davis Island, headed towards the Pier Airport. And I'm just going to give you guys a nice little 1 minute recording. I have the audio selected off, and that's just to make it easier for us when we go ahead and edit this out tonight. We don't have to worry about 2 different audio tracks and that sort of thing. But we're just going to go ahead and select that off and give you, just an overlay. So all you're going to see now is what the camera sees. And the camera's basically on the back side of the rear view mirror, looking forward. So that is coming up on well, 45 seconds. You guys get the idea of that. So go ahead, stop recording. It's going to tell me what my elapsed time is. We'll dismiss that. Now I'm going to choose my video overlay. And again, I'm going to go over this with you guys again. This time we're going to go to Sport. Bear with me. And we'll start recording on that, and I'll give you another 45 seconds to a minute overlay. Now on the Sport section here, it's going to tell you my G-forces, my acceleration, it'll have my speed, and also what gear I'm in. So all these things, like I said, we're in a 30 mile an hour, or I think this is a 35 mile an hour zone at the moment. Okay, so I can just switch my overhead display, and that will tell me what zone I'm in. Southeast. Nope, this portion is not on the OnStar navigational database. So our next video will give you a tour of the interior and show you kind of the when I'm in a different area, OnStar will go ahead and tell me what the speed limit is in that area. Bear with me, guys. There was roundabouts in Florida are very tough for Floridians to navigate, and there was a big truck coming. I didn't know if he was going to come or go. So I'll go ahead and stop that recording. You've got 1 minute, 8 seconds of that. Go back again to choose overlay. This time I'm going to give you track. And we'll start recording a track. Now you can see in track you also get the steering wheel angle. So it'll tell you, like, obviously how much of a steering wheel I'm putting in. It'll show you the gas. So if I floor it, you're going to see the green line go all the way up. If I hit the brakes, you'll see the red line come up. And hey, look at that, there's a truck coming. So we'll use the brakes on this one. And the other thing too is with the track mode, there's an option here on the infotainment center to define your finish line. And I haven't tried it on an actual track yet, but I believe what you can do there is if you define your finish line, then the GPS will know what how many turns you did, and it'll give you a GPS overlay in the top left-hand corner, so you can see how you did on each circuit, especially as your brakes heat up and tires heat up. You're doing better or you're doing worse. Now that's almost the 1 minute mark there. I'll go ahead and stop recording for you now. Like I said, the only other overlay that I'm not going to be able to show you guys until we get a track day going is the performance overlay. And that basically gives you everything that you get on sport and track, but also it gives you your time. So again, we're not going to start our 0 to 60s. We're not going to do 0 to 100 or 150 or our max speed. The fine folks of Davis Island would be rather upset. And yours truly would probably spend some time in the Gray Bar Motel. All those options are bad, so we'll do that on a track day. For now, now we have those set, let me go ahead and show you how you get to the PDR from the infotainment center. All right, YouTube. I know it's a little dark right now and you're probably having a little difficult time seeing me. The reason is I wanted to show you how to actually work the PDR, and even though it doesn't show up to the human eye when you use the infotainment center like that, if there's any ambient light, outside light that's bouncing around, you get a little bit of a glare on the camera. So I thought this might come out a little bit better. The first thing is to use the PDR, you need to get one of these little SD chips, and it has to be formatted. The directions will say FAT32. If you're using a Windows-based machine, there's probably some freeware you can get your hands on. You know, just go onto the message boards or take a look around and see, because right now the current iteration of Windows, I forgot what it's called, but it's not going to format at FAT32. I think you have like NTFS, which is NT file system, and some other option, but FAT32 will not be amongst them. So you'll have to get yourself some freeware, because the way it comes formatted is for GoPros, not for what the PDR format is. If you have a MacBook, it's a lot easier. You can just go right to the disk and it'll give you the option of format as MS-DOS. Once you have this formatted, there's basically a little access point right here by the hood release that you're not going to be able to see. No, you can't see it. Sorry, guys.
You sure you don't want to try and show it?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyways, it just pops right on in real nice, and you'll feel it click. So, once that's in, then you go to the main panel of the infotainment center, and you press PDR. Now, before we get into everything we want to do with start recording, define finish line, recorded sessions, overlay, first thing you want to do is settings. Like I said earlier, there's a couple different things. Software information, I guess if you get a firmware update, you can have your dealer or somebody else go ahead and do that for you. You can select whether or not you want to record audio simply by clicking on that. So depending on what you want to capture, that's certainly an option for you. Here's something that's kind of cool, and Sharon and I are going to try it out. Maybe we'll go to Burns. So I can automatically record in valet mode, and anytime, so if the memory's full, obviously you get the option to overwrite whatever you want. So if you're in a situation and you loan a car to a friend, or you go to Burns Steakhouse, Charlie's, or any of the good places, well, it's Capital Grill, you can go ahead and do that too. And on the we'll get to the other part later on, but on the settings, you can put a 4-digit code in, any 4-digit code, and of course the people that are touching your car don't know that it's actually on, but it will be. So anyways, once you're there, you get all the settings, you decide whether or not you want the audio record. Now here's what I was talking about. Choose your overlay. We can do no overlay, and it's just going to record your audio, and if you want audio, if you want, and video. Sport, and we've got a 1-minute session of sport. Track, and again, the only one I didn't record for you guys was performance timing. Simply, we're not at a track, so I'm not going to give you guys the a great representation of 0 to 60 since it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone.
Question for the audience. Are we going to try the valet one first or the track one? Because I'm thinking you taking me to dinner is much more fun than track, but you might think the track is otherwise.
There's nothing that says we can't do it on the same day.
This is true, but you're never usually that busy.
So, well, since the tracks that I want to use are all 4 hours away, I guess we'll try valet mode first, and we'll see if this, for any of you guys that saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off, we'll see if...
No, we can't let Stormy do a Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We
poor
cry.
Poor Stormy goes over the hills, the one hill in Tampa at light speed. So you have your no overlay, your sport, track, and then again performance timing, and it's really nice. Now that's a 128 meg chip I bought, so I have 3,134 hours. So basically, I believe I could drive all the way to Maine and back and not miss 1 second of that exciting adventure.
It will be perfect for all our Mexico trips.
It will be perfect for my long trip that I've been waiting to go to Mexico. So, obviously, we can start recording. And then I told you before, on the define finish line, I believe when you're in track mode, if you define the finish line, it'll give you a GPS overlay in that top left-hand corner. And now you can kind of start to see when I'm hitting my brake, when I'm hitting the gas, how am I doing on turn 3, turn 4, so on and so forth. I just showed you choose your video overlay. I showed you settings, and then you can go right into your sessions. Now, these were all the 1-minute sessions that we just did for you guys today. The only I guess downside I would say is that I can't tell just by looking at it right here which one I did in no overlay, which one I did in sport or track mode. So we'll go through these, and we're gonna interweave these with the video we're doing right now for you, and see what you guys think. But tomorrow, our apologies. I know we told you last time we were going to go to Cars and Coffee. Unfortunately,
Work called.
Yeah, work called, and I had to go. I had to go do that voodoo that I do. So we weren't able to make it to Cars and Coffee, and then.
So we're just picking up where we left off.
So we're going to pick up. Tomorrow we're going to go to the AOPA, which is Aircraft Owners and Pilot Association. They're meeting at the Pier Night Airport at Davis Island, and then Cars and Coffee. They only meet on the 3rd Saturday, I believe, of every month in St. Pete. So I'm hoping, next month, of course, is getting close to Thanksgiving. Hopefully, they're still going to meet there, and we'll be able to get that for you guys for November. But until then, I hope you guys have had a great day, and we'll give you another video real soon.
Thank you for watching Florida Fun ZL1.
Bye.